guys, how's everybody doing today? I hope you're all well. I am well. Today's a little bit of a different video, and I know I've kind of become one of the people out there who likes to talk about what's new in the space and like what's cool, what's coming up, and what's interesting. Today is going to be a little bit different. I tend to keep things a little bit more PC. I don't talk negatively about projects. I'm very interested in governance and I follow along very closely, but I don't necessarily speak on it. I think today's going to be a little bit different. I want to talk about the EOS price and the pink elephant in the room. Now, the EOS price affects more than just token holders. It's been rough, of course, seeing our tokens value depreciate, but it's been really rough on another group of people. And these are the people who are actually adding value to the space. It's a thing that's on everybody's mind, but nobody's talking about. For a BP to do so is essentially political suicide. Through my interviews and activities at Trybe, I've gotten quite close with some of the BPs. Some fantastic reserves and some of the top 21. And before we really dig into this, I just want to kind of take a little bit to dispel, I think, a prevalent belief out there. BPs are millionaires, right? They're flush with cash. There's money everywhere. Well, today I'm going to challenge that belief a little bit, and we're going to talk about the future of EOS and the future of the ecosystem. The market has fallen hard in the last few weeks. EOS looms on this teeter-totter above $3. It'll come back, right? Likely, but I'm not Nostradamus, and neither is anyone else. The security and the consistency of the EOS blockchain really depends on well-funded block producers and well-funded reserves. Of course, the more standbys there are, the less likely a cataclysmic event can take them all out at once. Of course, there is a point of diminishing returns. But let's establish a minimum here. At the very least, we want one set of redundancies. So for example, 21 backups. Now, at the 42nd spot, we can see that the most recent daily payout was 288 EOS. So let's take that 288 EOS and let's annualize it. At a rate of $3 per day, that's slightly less than 250K per year. Seems like a lot of money, right? Well, let's really dig deeper into it. Let's assume a block producer is a small business. So it provides technology, it has to market itself, and it's got to keep its books in order. This is at least 3 people. You can assume that to attract quality talent, you're offering anywhere in between $75,000 to $125,000, depending on where you are. So to hire a technology person, only one person can actually be half of your yearly income. This doesn't account for any taxes that the business might incur on top of the tech professional's stated salary. Bare metal servers cost around $10,000 US, $60,000 in yearly costs of upkeep and maintenance. This doesn't include a single value add project. What's a value add project? It's a lot of the projects that these guys are creating that adds value to the EOS ecosystem. This is kind of like one server and another server inside of a data center. We're looking at upwards of like 200K on the higher end. We have a problem. Value add projects, which is, as I stated, a community project from a block producer to the community, can actually be 30K a year to host a single service. Contracting a good C++ developer can be in between $10,000 and $20,000 a month. A business executive to run the banking, payroll, legal, etc. can be anywhere from $75,000 to $100,000 a year. A marketing person worth their salt, we're looking at $65,000 to $100,000 a year. Translation services, additional API nodes, value add projects, hundreds of thousands into the $1 million ranges. Now I know of a standby BP that was actually looking at an API service, which costs about $30,000 a month. He's looking for donations because they currently make about 110 to 120 EOS a day. So their daily burn rate with just the API service that receives literally thousands of requests per second is already 3 times their revenue. Basically, estimate kind of $1.2 million to run a competitive block producer when paying first world wages and running added value projects. So what I'm saying here is that at a $3 EOS price, a lot of these projects are going to dry up. And we're going to potentially lose a lot of the fantastic standby block producers who are adding a lot of value to the space because they simply can't afford to operate. I know somebody who's been working on a single source open project that would have cost over $250,000 by this time next year. So the notion that block producers are all receiving, $10,000 a day is a complete fallacy, particularly at these prices. And then the BPs that are at the top, not all of them, but some of them, are either VC-backed, they're funded, or they're exchanges. Now, I guess what this all boils down to is that independent BPs will not survive at these rates. So what do? I once had a good boss who said, Matt, you never bring me a problem without bringing me a solution. And I have a solution. My solution might not be right. But if I could do anything, and I mean anything with this video, it's just to incite a discussion within the community to recognize that we're going down a dangerous path, and that if the market continues to behave the way that it's behaving, we're going to lose a lot of really, really important people. There's no way that independent BPs can survive at these rates. So I have a proposal, and it's a referendum. Who am I to propose a referendum? I don't know. I just want to get people talking about it. And I want to bring up the issue. And this is an issue that a lot of BPs are thinking about, but just can't necessarily bring up. Now, a referendum to change things, of course, is a massive undertaking. But massive problems require quick solutions. I'm willing to bet, alternatively on the other side, that the community might be chomping at the bit if the price of EOS was $20. So what I propose is that we create a floor and a ceiling to promote growth and reduce greed. There is no better positioned entity than a BP to create the tools that can ultimately create a better EOS ecosystem to invite investment and to create projects that are going to matter. If we don't do something with the current prices and they continue, all of these value-add projects and all these BPs who are really killing themselves to provide value while losing money are going to go away. Now, as I said, I don't have all the solutions, but I do have a proposal. And as I said, this is also just created to incite a discussion and just push this pink elephant out of the room. And my proposal is to create a referendum to peg BP pay to a sliding scale that is going to be directed by a USD revenue, a ceiling and a floor, governed by a smart contract fed into by a price oracle. Again, I don't have all the solutions, but I do know that this is a huge problem. And I also know that nobody's talking about it. And I know that if we don't act quickly as a community with good intentions and really start to examine some of these solutions, the EOS ecosystem is about to change. I want to know how you feel. Leave some comments below. Please spread this video, push this video out. We need to incite a discussion. I'm not going to be able to solve everything, but at the very least, I can get rid of this pink elephant and get everybody talking about the future of EOS. Thanks for your attention.